But we wanted to dive deeper into the Washington Wizards. They win again at home. That's 15 straight that they've won at the Verizon Center. They're now 28-20. In the month of January, they were 11-4. Second best record in January in the NBA.
Longest home winning streak, by the way, since 1989.
Believe their current record, which is 28-20, is their fourth best at this point in the season in 30 years. So they're starting to have a really good season. And we can open up to callers 800-636-1067. Is this getting you fired up for the Washington Wizards like a team that could potentially go on a run? I know Scott Brooks was asked about this in the Washington Post. He said, well, yeah, we started off 2-8. He goes, but I knew we weren't a 200 team. Mm-hmm. He said, I knew we weren't going to win 16 games. So it took them a little while to kind of find their chemistry, kind of figure out who the guys that were going to contribute on the bench. And it's not many. But remember, earlier in the year, they were playing Thornton more. They were playing different guys. And now, really, they're getting contributions from Oubre and Jason Smith, I would say, on the bench.
That's about it. Yeah.
Burke
the one
plays
thing,
a decent amount, but he's
it's a short
sporadic.
Bench. It's a short bench. Cakes, is 16 straight at home, is that a franchise record? So if they win one more, that would set a franchise record?
I'd have to look that up.
And by the way, they should, because they're going to play the Lakers. Now, Lakers just won, but the Lakers are a horrible team.
Yeah. Yeah, right. They are. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty exciting for Wizards fans right now because they are playing well. They're starting five. It's not the best starting five in the league, but it's got to be
up there.
Top 7, top 6 or 7 just in terms of starting fives right now, the way they're playing.
Phone number's 800-636-1067 as we open up the Hadid carpet cleaning listener lines. And we talked a little bit about yesterday that the conversation has gone from, well, maybe they could climb up all the way to a 4 seed where John Wall's saying 2 seed in Eastern Conference Finals.
You know, Steinberg wrote a great article about all of this, and a couple quotes I want to read to you. The first one is actually from John Wall, and I think Dan was feeling Dan often feels sheepish, about things that he writes, right. And he never has a lot of confidence, even though he's a brilliant writer. But he buried the team when they were 2-8, like a lot of us did. And John, this is another reason I tweeted this yesterday. Another reason why I love John Wall, because he just gets it. He went to John and basically apologized to him for writing him off at 2-8. And John said, I mean, you can't feel that way because you were writing about the truth. You got to have something to talk about. So you're like, are they going to figure it out? And if we didn't figure it out, you would have had a great point. Your story would have been right. You're not the only one, though. You're not the only one that was wrong, right. Essentially. But sure. John's not giving him a hard time for writing him off at 2-8.
You should be burying them when they start 2-8.
Yeah, it's so
what
great.
Else can you do?
And here's the quote that I really like, and this is from Scotty Brooks. And Dan got him to comment on the slow start, and he says he wasn't afraid, he wasn't surprised, and Dan said, well, to me it's shocking. And Scotty said, how is it shocking? I knew we weren't a 200 team. I mean, I knew we weren't going to end up with 16 wins.
Right, that's what I said before.
Yeah. So, and then he said he started to look around at the guys, and he knew it wasn't a team they had to blow up.
And I think in that same article, Markieff Morris mentions that a couple of the losses early when they started 2-8, it basically came down to a missed shot.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they were getting run off the court.
Right.
Close
I
games.
think that's what Brooks said that to us when we had him on the show last time.
So they easily could have been 5-5 in their first 10
but look,
instead of 2-8.
This team, and we've been saying it for a couple weeks, nobody in the East besides Cleveland really scares you. You don't want to play Cleveland in the playoffs, but you're going to have to go through them. But nobody else really scares you. They could get to the 2 seed. They're 2 games back of the 2 seed right now.
I mean, Eastern Conference Finals, we talked about this just incredible lack of success in D.C., where no teams in the major 4 sports have been to the semifinals in 19 years. Might be 20 years. Whenever the hell the Capitals made it to the Stanley Cup Final.
97,
98, yeah.
But 20 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
19, 20 years, no team has made it to the Final Four. Eastern Conference Finals would be that because the Caps haven't been there, the Wizards haven't been there, Redskins certainly haven't been there.
This place,
Nationals haven't been there.
This place, I'm telling you, it's a front-running town. It will catch fire if they really start to make some noise and head into the playoffs with some steam and like a 2 seed. This place will be on fire.
I think it will be. Look, a couple years ago when they made it to the second round of the playoffs, it was awesome. I went to the game where they eliminated the Raptors. They swept the Raptors, and the environment was awesome.
This is not a supportive town, by and large. I know the diehards hate to hear this, but it's true. It's not a supportive town when you're losing.
But I feel
when
like
you're winning,
but-
people
yeah,
get
but
excited.
I feel like we're just starting to wake up the fans.
That includes radio
possibly.
shows, by the way.
Includes me.
And there's plenty of room
I'm
for
at
those
the
of you
front
who
of it.
bailed on Wizards Island. You can come back. There's plenty of room.
Yeah.
You're welcome to hop on the bandwagon.
But here's the deal. We have 8 phone lines. They're all open right now. We can guilt some callers hopefully in. Are you starting to get sized
Is
for
this
the Washington
real?
Wizards?
Or are they just taking advantage of sort of a weak stretch on their schedule, taking advantage, obviously, of home, and, they'll still sputter in at like a 4 seed, which, remember, I don't think they've been better than a 4 seed since
the 70s.
the 70s.
Yeah. They're 26-12 in their last 38 games. They're playing great basketball. 800-636-1067. I think you should get sized. And I'm telling you that the grasper scenario, the total grasp, is that Cleveland somehow implodes with all this LeBron
I would love
griping.
for that to
it would
happen.
certainly-
Maybe they get some sort of big injury.
It would certainly help to beat them when they play them on Monday.